Fort Sekondi, also Fort George, was an English fort on the Gold Coast built in 1682 at Sekondi, 56, next to the Dutch Fort Orange, which had been built in 1642. This first building was small, according to William Claridge. At Sekondi, Captain Henry Nurse, agent for the English company, also built a fort there a few years later. Both these buildings were of about the same size and only a gunshot apart, and the Dutch Fort Orange was a very small place, being merely a square white house in a yard mounting 8 or 10 guns on a terrace on the roof. The first English fort had been a very similar building. 164. This fort was destroyed on the 1st of June 1698 during the Dutch-Komenda War and reduced to blackened outer walls. Although denied by the Dutch, reports and letters sent at the time indicated that the Dutch instigated the attack and that some plundered goods were taken to Castle Orange, next door. Attempts were made to rebuild it in 1700, though these had to be abandoned due to hostility from the indigenous population. A new second fort had been built prior to 1726 as it was drawn by Smith, an African company surveyor, and a floor plan given. 152. In 1782 the fort was taken by the Dutch and destroyed. According to Claridge, the only success scored by the Dutch during this war was the capture of the English fort at Sekondi, which they completely destroyed. Though later transfers occurred, the fort was not rebuilt. It was transferred to the Dutch in 1868 as part of the Anglo-Dutch Gold Coast Treaty, a large trade of forts between Britain and the Netherlands, and on the 10th of April 1872 the fort was transferred back to the United Kingdom as part of the Anglo-Dutch treaties of 1870 to 1871.